Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Have you ever noticed how time signatures look a lot like rational numbers? Both are one number over another number, where the top number tells you how many of something there are and the bottom number tells you how big those things are. Actually, in time signatures, the bottom number doesn't tell you that much. You can argue it tells you the speed, but so does the BPM, so it's kind of redundant. At our next meeting of all the musicians in the world, let's all just agree to denote the time in music with just one number and the BPM. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. So this realization about the similarity of rational numbers and time signatures made me think. All written music I know is written in rational time. What if someone were to break away from this convention? So I googled irrational time signature to see what would come up, and I was a bit disappointed. There is already something called irrational time signatures, but it doesn't have anything to do with irrational numbers. It's basically just that the bottom number is not a power of 2 anymore, so the time signature can be like 4-7, for example. Still pretty cool stuff, but ultimately irrational. So I thought, what would a real irrational time signature look like? Basically, the numerator itself has to be an irrational number, like pi or square root 2. It doesn't matter what the denominator is because, again, that number is useless and we should get rid of it as a music convention. I immediately knew I have to write a song like this. I have no idea how, but I have to do it. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. So what would an irrational time signature even sound like? Pi is basically 3 and a bit. We count to 3 and then have one very short beat at the end. For root 2, we basically have one normal beat and then one beat that is about 0.41 times as long as that first beat. For simplicity's sake, I imagine the shorter beats to always be at the end of the bar. I'll leave that as a homework assignment for you to figure out the best way to notate it if we want the shorter beats to be somewhere in the middle of the bar. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. So I had this idea brewing around in my head for a while, not knowing exactly how I will execute it without having it sound very forced and gimmicky. So one evening while watching TV, I just had my fingers fiddle around on the fretboard, not really thinking about it, and they came up with this riff. And I just thought, hey, that is perfect for the Pi song. So the thing with pi is that the decimal part is so small that it's kind of like a 3/4 with just a little bit of extra squeezed in there. So this riff has like a 3/4 part that repeats every bar, and then in that little tiny extra bit I play a different note that rings out over the other notes and sort of recontextualizes them. Also, since our ears are so used to hearing 3/4, when that short note plays, initially it sounds like the start of the next bar until the actual real start of the next bar comes. I really like this ambiguity of not knowing exactly which bar that note belongs to.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. So how did I actually pull this off? So what I did was I made a click track with the perfect beat lengths and then I played with that. So to make the click track I decided to work with 120 BPM and a sample rate of 48 kHz. That means one normal beat is 24,000 samples long, and that 0.1415926 beat is 3,398 samples long. The very astute among you might have realized that since I'm working in discrete time, I'm inevitably cutting pi off after a certain decimal point, making it rational, making the actual time signature 37,699 over 48,000, and defeating the purpose of this whole exercise. And to you I have to say, wow, very astute, but also no one likes you.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Yeah, so you can hear the full song on all major streaming platforms, linked below, as part of my album, Boltzmann Brainstroke. The song is very uncreatively named Pi, and my artist name is Schwalb. There are many very nerdy and theoretical things in my songs in general, so if you're into that sort of thing, listen to the rest of the stuff also. I think you'd enjoy it. Ciao!